In 2023, many friends may know that the best-selling car in China should be the BYD brand. But what many people don't know is that the top export brand in China is actually Chery. As an old brand, Chery still has some achievements in car manufacturing technology, for example, the ES model next to me. First of all, from the appearance point of view, it still adopts a very mainstream design method using a through-type light strip, and there are active nuclear sharks below which can effectively cool down the system. At the same time, on both sides of the front of the car, there is also a light curtain design which can form a form of interactive language. In terms of body size, the length of this car is more than 4.9 meters, and it is exactly over 3 meters. And from the side posture of the entire body, it adopts a U-back design which looks very round and sporty. In addition, except for its lowest configuration, all models of this car are equipped with air suspension and CPC variable access system as standard. At the same time, the suspension of this car also adopts an independent suspension with double wishbones at the front and 5 links at the rear. At the same time, it also uses an all-aluminum chassis and an integrated body pressing design, so in terms of stacking materials, it is really a lot of effort. And when you come to the rear, you can see that it is also equipped with an adjustable electric rear wing, and the through-type taillights also echo the front face. And further down, a very sharp small diffuser is also used. The overall design style of the rear is the kind of elegant and full of sporty atmosphere. In fact, as I just said, its body size is actually very sufficient for the same level. At the same time, this car is also built on the same EMX platform as the GGSG. So you can see its rear space. In general, both the head and leg space are still very ample, and it also uses a flat carpet. The overall feeling of the back row, I think, is very similar to that of the back row of the GS7. There are also 2 segmented curtains on the top of the head and a fastback curtain shape. Therefore, the amount of light in the back row of the cowl will not make the results in the back row feel very depressing, and at the same time, the material of its seats is also very soft, and the overall comfort can still be guaranteed. In terms of interior design, in fact, we can see that this car also uses a very simple design approach in terms of interior design, and there is no physical button as a whole. In addition, in terms of the materials used in the interior, you can see that it uses materials such as soft leather and wood grain, which can enhance its overall texture. Of course, it also uses a lot of crystal cutting technology to enhance the luxury of the entire interior, and its steering wheel material uses a 2-spoke steering wheel, but the design of its buttons is actually very similar to that of Tesla. Then in terms of the screen, this car uses an 8.2-inch full LCD instrument screen, plus a floating central control screen to form a screen system. As for the car system, it is a car system jointly developed by Chery and iFlytek. In terms of power, it uses an 8155 car standard chip, which is currently a more mainstream configuration. In terms of power, this car is actually divided into 2 drive forms, a rear single motor and front and rear dual motors. The rear single motor is divided into 2 types, a maximum horsepower of 254 and a maximum horsepower of 300 HP. The maximum horsepower of its front and rear dual motors has reached 480 degrees, so its fastest wheel acceleration performance can reach a level of 3.7 seconds. In fact, among pure electric vehicles, I think this acceleration performance is still very good. In terms of pure electric endurance engine, this car version is actually divided into many versions. Then the lowest pure electric endurance has reached 550 kilometers, and its highest pure electric power has successfully reached a result of 905 kilometers, which is a result under the CLT function. Such a pure electric endurance mileage can meet most of our daily car needs. But the official guide price of this car is currently between 198,800 yuan and 339,800 yuan. So we can see that the main competitor of this car is the GGS7 or Buick 001. But unlike those 2 models, this car, except for its lowest equipped model, currently has a discount of about 20,000 yuan, or if you have a budget of about 300,000 yuan, you will still choose your own SP or Czech 001.